Now, I play rough. There's no question about it. This ain't for punks. I play rough.
So
I'm not a punk. Nobody that comes on the show can be a punk. But Tommy, again, I didn't have you on the show, but I certainly didn't do anything to harm you.
Well, you don't think that might be a harm?
What?
We know what media is. Tell me if it's not. What is media? Exposure. And every bit of exposure you get puts you in a better place. Every bit of exposure you don't get puts you back. It sets you back. And if you can have and whoever told you, if they saw it worked, you know what else they might do? Like when I did my movie, Tariq Nasheed wanted to be a part of my movie. When he decided he didn't like my movie, you need to make sure you go watch my movie. It's called The Fatherless America. I guarantee you'll like it. You can find it at afatherlessamerica.com or you can rent it at Amazon. Amazon got it rated a 4.9 out of 5. Great movie. Tariq Nasheed was all about it. Then he decided to dislike me. When he disliked me, he went over to Dr. Umar Johnson and said, don't do a show. Because Dr. Umar was supposed to already do my show. So I'm getting ready to sit up for Dr. Umar Johnson. He's like, I can't do it. And he wouldn't tell me why. Now you could say Tariq didn't hurt me. That man made a decision on his own. But if you got a person going around
Tariq hurt you. Tariq hurt you. That's a different analogy. I made a decision about what's best for my show.
Just like Umar did. That's what I'm saying. The Umar part. Umar made a decision from hearing what Tariq said that he'll choose not to do my movie. You made a decision based upon what people told you to not have me in front of the audience.
And what I went and found for myself, it was backed up.
Yes, from what they told you.
Yes, but also, again, your willingness to beef with everybody is just like, well, I need.
Who is this everybody?
What I need another person
that
as soon as the deal's over. Tommy, damn near as soon as the deal was over, you were on your show already talking about me.
Oh, look at what you said. You were sitting there like right now. You don't see it. I guarantee you people see it. You throw shots and then we'll start out by saying, I don't mean to throw a shot. You do. You can watch this interview
Tommy,
right
if
now,
you listen to me, okay, listen, but if you listen to me, do you know how many shots I take at myself every day? Again, now I play rough. There's no question about it. This ain't for punks. I play rough. I'm not a punk. Nobody that comes on the show can be a punk. Because again, if I don't play rough with you, it's probably a sign that I don't respect you.
So you justify playing rough, but then when the person responds to the roughness, you say, well, how is that? Like, seriously, if a person, I was always told this by my grandmom and granddad. If you slap somebody, you can't dictate how they'll respond.
I've never slapped you, Tommy. I've never slapped you.
You know that people's sensibilities are different, and you do know this. And that was another thing Jesus talked about. People's sensibilities are different. What you are offended by, somebody else might not be. And what you think shouldn't be offensive, they may think it is. We know this. That's why we take our shoes off in somebody else's house, but not in our own. But in our own, we just walk around with them on, or vice versa. We may think things are different, and so all I'm saying is, I didn't. As you say anything I said in response, I didn't say anything out of line. I didn't talk about how you look. I didn't talk about your mama, your daddy. I literally didn't say anything. You can't. If you believe what you did was soft, you have to say anything I said back was just as. And I was confused at you were saying something, and I tried to explain to you what I was doing. And everything I said came to fruition about Kwame Brown. It did. And I'm sad. I think I still am, because I think a lot of what I said about him, I said it still from a point of love, because I kept saying, bro, here's what's going to happen if you keep doing it this way. I was able to say something to him that no one was able to say to me. And I kept telling him, and it happened. And I'm not happy it happened, and I don't mess with him no more. I don't talk to him. I don't pile on. I don't say I'm glad. I don't do any of that stuff. Why? Because I know what it feels like to fail, to feel like I had it and lost it. And I don't take joy or revel in anybody's downfall or demise. They tried to get me to make videos about Kevin Samuels when he died. I didn't touch it. Why? Because death is going to hit us all. How is that a joke? I never understood it. Matter of fact, I defended him. Then they said, why are you defending Kevin? Y'all got beef. I said, no, I don't have beef. I kept trying to point out something. There's no beef in that. I said, but there's a problem when you got a woman, what was her name? I went on her TV show when she had it. 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend. What is her name? She was in Independence Day. Vivica Fox. When Vivica Fox went on to that Fox Soul and they said God took him out for what he said, you know we could never say nothing like that about a woman, no matter what she did. And yet she was able to say this about a man she didn't know because he said an opinion he didn't like. And that's what's crazy. Almost everything that happened to me was because I said opinion that you didn't like. So you want to say something else and something else and something else. And the point is that people like me, they wouldn't care about that. Their pastors will get up in front of them and tell them, I used to pimp. And they still go there and throw money at him. Yet you want to come and say, you know, he did so and such. But he sounded good, but I don't want to hear anything else he says anymore. Well, that's crazy. That's who you should want to hear from. That's why you go to the doctor for people sick. You call the doctor because you're sick. If the doctor only hung out with people who were well, he'd be a horrible doctor.
So I'm going to end it here, Tommy, or try to reach a conclusion here. And I hope that I express this accurately and in a way that people understand it. There were people when we started this show that, why you got Shamika Michelle on the show, Jason? You know, she's on the cover of her book naked and she used to be a stripper and blah, blah, blah. And I like Shamika Michelle and I have her on the show because I authentically believe she's going to represent herself and me in this show in a way that for the most part reflects the values of this show. And she's moved on from things in her past and she's, I won't say a different person, but that's the only thing I can think of to say at the moment. But again, I don't have a problem because I have a past. If I thought O.J. Simpson were a different person, was going to represent the show in a way consistent mostly with the values of this show, I'd have O.J. Simpson as a contributor to this show. And I know he committed double murder, or I believe he did. And anybody that knows me, and Uncle Jimmy, who was my sidekick for a lot of years, this dude got 5 kids and 4 baby mamas. And platformed him, elevated him, whatever, you know. And so I don't hold people's past against them. And I wasn't, but when I look at the whole package of like, and I don't want to belabor it anymore, but I just like, man, this dude's beefing with Kwame and he's saying Kevin Samuel stole his whole thing from him and, and he's got this OnlyFans deal, the whole thing, all of it just like, man, Whitlock, that's too high risk. Just don't. What's happened, just as life has played out, you've come on the Twitter spaces twice, and both times I'm like, dang, this dude is just cold, man. He says some amazing stuff. He's a brilliant broadcaster. And now we're talking about the Manosphere, and he's an originator in the Manosphere. Let me bring Tommy on and hear Tommy out. Let me introduce him to the audience. Let me hear how the audience responds to Tommy. And let me try to figure out, where's Tommy's head at now? What's he representing now? Does he have any discipline? Because trust me, if things go sideways, it won't be because of anything I did. And that's not me saying I'm a perfect person. It's just like, I just go out of my way not to mistreat people or deal with them in a transparent fashion. Is he going to run off the rails and Whitlock is the worst person on the planet? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But anyway, Tommy, I appreciate you coming on, and I'm gonna give you the final say on this whole thing, and then we'll play some tomorrow, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. So, Tommy, the floor is yours. Wrap up. Don't go too long. You can go 10 minutes sometimes. It's all good, but try to stay in the 2 to 3 to 4 minute range.
Well, that's fine. You say the whole idea of how, I give everybody a chance and everybody has a pass. The one thing you can't say is anywhere you've ever seen me, no matter if it was on Dave Rubin, no matter if it was on Vivica Fox, no matter if it was on almost everywhere I've been, but Conversation's great. You don't hear me in there cussing or messing up, and I espouse things that are really, really good. So you put me in a situation and you tell me what the rules are, I pretty much follow them. I had you on my show and I was nothing but respect. It wasn't even like how my normal show is, because I don't go in and get to cussing and bring people on. That's why so many people have come on my show. It used to be called a place where celebrities go to let go. They would come to talk to me and I don't even know why. TD Jakes used to tell people to go listen to me. He literally thought I was really good. So that being said, all of your dealings with me were good. Everything you found bad was about someone else. All of your dealings with me personally, every other thing that you've seen me on someone else's show was good. I handled myself very professionally, including here. Now I'll get off this show and probably go on mine and let a couple F-bombs drop and whatever, because like my grandmother always told me was this. There was a person in the Bible, and they said when he went there, they said he doesn't normally eat that, but he ate that there just to show respect. Custom. When in Rome, when in Rome. I love what I do because I believe that this word that was given to me, most of the time when I'm talking, I don't even know where it's coming from. And I believe that there's a higher power that's giving it to me. I've gone through so much stuff to be able to just say what I believe is right. And if you bring me around anytime, anybody, my word travels. I will tell you what I think is right, even if it's wrong, even if it hits me. Matter of fact, most of the time when it hits me, because that's the best story to tell. So I appreciate you and anybody else who allowed me to be able to speak for myself, because most of the things I've ever lost in my life has been because people were speaking for me.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.